Earlier this year, I went on a trip to Ukraine to see what's been happening with my very own eyes. I was mentally ready to see the depth of hardship, the pain, the depth of loss, and the brutal destruction. But what I wasn't ready for was how the crisis in Ukraine would hit so close to home. Today, I'm taking you with me to Lviv, Ukraine.
It's our city.
This is my friend Oleg.
Yeah.
He lives right here in this city. We're here this morning to distribute some pancakes, some just Bibles and Christian books and things to encourage people. You can hear the sirens in the background. It's a normal sound here in Lviv. Yeah? How many times
Little bit.
a day? Every day?
Last week, yeah, every day.
That's where I began to imagine my own family in this situation. In 2004, I married my wife, Sarah. In 2021, we had a beautiful daughter that we named May Victoria.
Cheese.
Over the course of that weekend, I started to see my wife's face in the lonely mothers we were praying for, and my daughter's future in the teenagers
Latte, syrup, vanilla caramel.
Vanilla caramel latte. As I wandered their community and they showed us their favorite coffee shops and all their little spots to hang out, it was really hard to reconcile how teenagers can live through something like this, but still have a hope for their own future. How do young people grow up in a war zone and then just carry on? What if it was my own daughter growing up here? In 2016, after a really long, hard battle with cancer, my father died. He was one of the most selfless people I knew. When I learned about how the pastor of the church we were serving with had been battling cancer himself throughout the duration of the war, all I could see in him was my own dad, who would stop and help anybody he ever saw that was in need. Here's a guy who, in the midst of his own health struggle, is still prioritizing serving the people of his community day in and day out, preaching the gospel in the midst of the chaos. My weekend in this little town, I think, forever changed the way I'll see conflict. Okay guys, I've been shocked by your generosity. This is only our 5th episode, and already, because of your donations, we've been able to support schools in Pakistan. We've been able to provide this meal right here in Ukraine and help care for the church inside Ukraine because of your giving. We need your help to continue. When you click on the link in the description and give on nationsoutreach.org, you help us continue to go into the nations so we can care for people and tell their stories. If you hear anything from my time on the ground, let it be this: that those most affected by war are the normal people living their lives. They're the ones trying to figure out what college to go to, trying to find a job, and hoping to raise their children well. Last couple hours walking around with these guys. It's really cool to see their city through their eyes, to hear some of their stories and hear some of the things that they value here. The places they live, the places they shop, the shops they thought we would enjoy. It was nice to stroll with them and just, I don't know, see this city. It's a city of about 30,000 people, give or take, but many left during the occupied season and sounds like have not returned, so it's really cool to see this city. We're praying for this city, and as we continue to, I don't know, carry on with what we're doing and live our daily lives, it's a really good reminder to see the tension that so many live in. That tension, you can feel it, it's in the air when every air raid siren goes off. We're just shopping in stores and air raid sirens start going. We're just having church and an air raid siren goes off. Knowing missiles have struck this area in the last few weeks, and then that a missile was intercepted last night that was intended for somewhere in the city. Really gives us a lot of reason to just be praying for these people and supporting them, honestly. As we continue to support the work places like this church are doing, that's what your support is going to do. As we can push them forward, the stories, we weren't able to capture a lot of interviews with people, a lot of language barriers and a lot of just timidity to be on camera for an interview, but they've very clearly expressed the value of people just showing up. They've said everybody leaves, so when someone comes, it's really, really valuable. So thank you for helping send us into the nations. This is the things we do so that we can push forward the church and just be a part of it together. So we're gonna go back to the church now, do a gathering for men, I guess. And then tonight there's gonna be a big sushi party. I'm not sure how much I trust sushi in Eastern Ukraine, but we're gonna see what happens, so onward. They brought us like 6, 7, 8 of these things. Soy sauce. Yeah, soy sauce game is strong. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Get it. You got this. No. You got this.
And we're gonna give to the young guys the green one because
Але вони насправді більше військові.
But your guys
Тому що
are a lot more
молодої крові молодойців потрібно більше.
because your guys are young and you're strong and you're a lot more like soldiers.
А нашим друзям
I live just outside Portland, Oregon. It's a city really well known for its far left politics and its loud demonstrations and protests. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I feel like I can't even tell the people here that I've been helping care for Ukrainian refugees since the war ramped up in 2022, because I know it's only gonna open the door to some deeply political conversation that honestly, I just don't have the energy for. I'm not choosing to be a part of these things because I have any political opinion at all. Rather, we will always aim to go wherever we can and look real people in their eyes and be a part of their lives. I've looked into the eyes of this war with a unique lens since day one. I helped raise support for getting aid across borders. I went to Mexico and helped as we got refugees from both sides of the conflict across from Tijuana into the USA, where they could seek asylum. And I've been in the homes of our friends living in the midst of this conflict. If we understand the gospel to be true, then as a church, I believe we have an opportunity and a responsibility to be the greatest aid organization on the planet. We get to care for one another whenever possible. Check out this next video about how there are less than 2,000 Christians living in Kosovo, another region dealing with war, conflict, and endless ongoing territorial disputes.